Well, hello, language learners from around the world, from all over, from so many different countries. I love my job here teaching English on, it's the best, the #1 website in the world for language learning, verbling.com. We have students from every corner of the planet connecting and coming together to improve their English, working together with those native speaking English teachers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think we can think of the earth and thanks to verbling.com, the planet's English level is getting better and better. Isn't that exciting? So, again, my name is Geoff Watson. I come from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm here to help you this hour. We have a topic that I really enjoy. The document that I have prepared is called D5, and you can download it directly from the verbling.com website. Just right under where you're waiting now is class materials. If you click on that, you will be able to open up the link that will take you to the document. I do ask students to please download the document and open it on your computer. That way you'll be able to read the text clearly, and if you don't know what a word means, you can copy it and paste it into an online translator or English to English dictionary. So there you go. As I said, I love this topic. We are going to be talking about scientific information and some of the things that people believe about science. They think it's true, but it's not. It's a myth. Many people believe in scientific myths. These are facts, stories, information that is, unfortunately, in many cases, it is incorrect. And so I hope that we will be able to correct some misinformation that is out there. And so what I would like to do is just to begin, because we have some short paragraphs about these scientific myths. And so let's open up the document on the screen and start some reading right away. And people can introduce themselves when it's their turn to read. And so I'm using the screen share here, but I'm just going to quickly show everyone up in the top right-hand corner. This is where you can turn on your microphone to speak, but then we ask you please to turn off your microphone when you're finished speaking. Right now, the classroom is amazingly quiet. Thank you. That's awesome. All right. And so you also have another option to turn on and off your microphone when you scroll, when you move your cursor below your video image at the bottom. Okay, and so let's get started. I'll click on the share screen again, and we have Andoni. Where are you connecting from, and do the people in your country know a lot about science? What do you think?
I'm from Mexico. People in my country, well, it depends. It depends on the place where you are, because if you are in a university, maybe people there know a lot about science. But I think people on the streets, it's difficult to know if they know about science.
Okay, great. Thank you. And so could you read this for us?
Okay. The myth going out in chilly weather causes you to catch cold. The reality, a cold is caused by a viral infection of the respiratory system. Viruses don't magically appear in your body because you went out to get the mail without your scarf and mittens. Most of the time, we contract viruses when we come when we come into close contact with other people who are already infected, which means you are putting yourself at greater risk for disease by staying inside by the fire with your friends and family. Do, uh,
Yeah,
do I
when you see it. Mm-hmm.
then and your family then you would if you wandered off into the icy woods all alone.
Okay, great. All right. And so what do you think? What do people think of this? Do you agree that this is a myth? And actually, I lived in Mexico for almost 2 years. I've been living in Latin America for 7 years, and I think Latin Americans believe in this myth. So can someone repeat the information? What we're going to do is to read each of these stories, and then I would like to invite all of you to make comments. You can say, I don't believe that, or yes, I believe that. To invite all of you to make comments. You can say, I don't believe that. And so, yes, what do you think? Lisette, sorry, can you try to eliminate the echo that we're hearing in the background? You need to close the verbling window, or you need to wear headphones. Yeah. And so some comments from people?
I only know recently that being in cold weather doesn't cause you to get a common cold. But before that, I always believed that being in the cold weather is going to make it more likely that you might contract the virus.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. And I think part of it in English is that we use the word a cold, but really I'm going to change this sentence. Excuse me, because we usually say the myth is going out in chilly weather, which is cold, not really cold, but cold. Weather causes you to catch a cold. And so, yeah. All right. And what do you think about this last part of the paragraph? What is the person trying to communicate here? This last part here. What does the person want to say in this section of text? Yes?
That is most probably to catch a cold in contact with other people in a warm place that
Yeah.
if you are alone in the snow, for example.
Okay, exactly. And so, it's sometimes everybody in the house is closing all the windows, or on the bus, everybody's closing the windows. And so you're sitting inside and everybody's coughing or they're sneezing, achoo, and nobody will open the windows. And I always go, ah! All right, so
Yeah, because they don't wanna get sick. And
yes, exactly.
That happen often here.
Yeah, because the cold, fresh air will make them sick, and so they close all the windows. Right? Okay.
And if you want to open a window, everybody look at you like you are insane.
Yeah, okay. And in
Yeah.
Latin America, if you go outside without a jacket, this is a scarf that you wear around your neck, and mittens are like gloves without fingers. If you understand, all the fingers are together into one. Those are mittens. And so if you go outside without a lot of clothes on, everybody says, "Oh, you're going to get sick. Oh, you're going to get a cold." All right. So, okay, good. So remember, colds are caused by viruses. So you need to stay away from the viruses. Okay, great. Let's go on to another one. Ooh, what's this one? I don't know if people have heard this one, but I have in Canada. Andres, could you read this for us, please?
Sure. Big needs in everyday. Sorry. Uh,
Yeah, and
the
again,
need.
just for all of the students, it's possible to download the document and
Yes,
open
yes.
it up on your computer. So then we get away with this from this problem of the share screen not working well. But please go ahead, Andres.
Okay. The myth. Studies show vaccines cause autism. The reality. There is no salient,
Salient?
salient evidence linking childhood vaccines to autism spectrum spectrum disorders (ASD). This myth has a clearer origin than most. A 1998 paper in the respected medical journal The Lancet seemed to indicate that the common MMR vaccine could lead to the development of ASD.
Okay. And
Not
so,
only was
sorry,
this
I'm sorry, I'm going to get you to stop there. Thanks. And so, what are people talking about here? Is first of all, here is a baby being vaccinated, but I don't know, it seems like an awfully big injection. Anyways, it may be an artificial picture, but what is the myth? Can we review what the myth is? This is the misinformation
that the vaccines cause you autism.
in children. Okay,
Yeah.
and so we're talking about vaccinating babies. Okay, and autism is called autism spectrum disorders because there is a wide variety of problems. ASD. Okay, so ASD means autism. Okay, and when did this problem start? When did this myth appear?
1998.
Yeah, okay. And it was a study that was published in a respected medical journal. Journal meaning official publication. Okay, and this is a common vaccine. I think it's a combination of three vaccines in one. All right. So in 1998, there was a report that seemed to indicate a connection between the vaccine and the development of autism. All right. And so I'm going to move this down so it's together. And so let's go to the next person. Antonio, could you read this for us, please?
Yes. Where we?
Not only was this
Sorry.
study.
Okay. Not only was this study later retracted and denounced by the journal, but many characterized it
Sorry.
as it as a work of outright scientific fraud, in which researchers had tampered with the data to fit the desired conclusions. Despite this retraction, many parents have remained very wary of vaccines.
Vaccines.
While there is no conclusive proof that vaccines do not cause ASD, no significant research stands to show that it does.
Okay, and so I just wanted to make sure that people know what fraud is.
It's it's a lie. Or
Yes, absolutely. Okay, that's a good word to use. And so it was retracted, this study. So it was pulled back, taken back. It was denounced as being incorrect. And many people characterized it or described it as being just an obvious scientific lie, a completely fake or artificial situation where the researchers had changed the information. But unfortunately, many parents are still afraid. They are wary of vaccines. Now, had anybody heard about this before?
No, not me.
Okay, all right. So if you
But
do, yeah,
I think it can be very dangerous because there are a lot of people that can believe this myth, and
yes,
maybe they will prefer not to put the vaccines to their children, and they can
to
suffer.
vaccinate their children.
Yeah, to vaccinate their children, and their children can suffer in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, this is my personal opinion. So you and I have the same opinion. I think myths like this, misinformation, is very dangerous because, yeah, parents will leave their children susceptible, unprotected from diseases. And that puts everybody at risk. Okay. And so good. Let's move on to the next one. And this is a good one. And just sorry, I just have to ask, Davi, please, could you keep your microphone muted, please? You have your microphone on and you're moving your microphone, which creates a lot of noise in the classroom. And so, hello, Cesar, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Good. Could you please read this for us?
Sure. The rover.
The myth.
The myth. Rubber tires protect a car from lightning. The really
The reality.
the reality. The tires have nothing to do with
Oh,
it. If you're unlucky enough to be caught out in a thunderstorm,
hello.
Yes, we hear you, Davi, but please keep your microphone turned off for us now. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Continue.
Please.
It is centrally safer to be inside a car than outside. Cars provide fairly strong fortification against lightning strikes, but not for the reason you think.
Okay, and I'll get you to stop there. Great job, Cesar. And so, what is
Hello.
the information
Hi.
here then?
Uh,
What is the information here that people? Cesar?
I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. Let's work on it. could someone please review the information that's in this paragraph?
The rubber tire protect from lightning.
Okay, now that's not true though. That is the myth. So the fact that rubber tires protect a car from lightning is not true.
Okay.
Okay?
Teacher,
Yes, Pablo.
yes,
Higher,
yes. I
higher
don't,
toil.
I don't know the meaning of lightning and
Okay.
rubber.
Oh, all right. So first of all, here are tires,
Yes,
correct?
tires. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and these tires, that material is rubber.
A caucho in English. No,
Sorry.
no, no, no.
Well,
I
goma.
understand. I understand.
Goma in Spanish, I think,
Goma,
but
goma, goma.
yeah,
Yes.
rubber. Okay. And so lightning is the electricity that comes down from the sky.
Uh, the electricity that comes.
Down from the clouds, from the sky.
All right.
Lightning bolts.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
I
And
understand.
thunder is the noise.
All right. I
Thunder
understand.
is the loud noise, and lightning is the bolt of electricity.
All right. I understand. Thank you.
Okay, good. All right. And so what are they saying? What's the information here? I don't live in an area where there's lightning, but some people do.
I didn't know that means. So,
Yeah, okay. Good.
I think it's just that tires are made of rubber, and rubber is usually impedance to electricity.
Yeah,
So I think people might think that it's you know it's it prevents you from getting shocked, but
yeah,
it's
okay,
not true.
awesome. Yeah, no, okay. So we say an insulator. You said something about impedance, which I understand, but we say that rubber insulates or it's non-conductive of electricity. It's a
Hmm.
non-conductor. All right, so you understand the myth, and that's exactly why I believed in the myth. But this is important. What are they saying about cars and thunder and lightning storms? And this is where I need the students to just jump in there. We need some help.
I
I'm
think
here to be, yeah, Anthony.
it says that every car is lightning proof
Good.
because it doesn't have anything to do with the tires.
Okay, so excellent. So what they're saying is that cars are a really good protection. That's this word fortification, which I don't really like this word. So it's really good protection against lightning. And you are safer to be inside of a car than outside. But it has nothing to do with the tires. And exactly the reason, the explanation that Wolfgang said. Okay, so let's move on. So if you're caught in a thunderstorm, stay inside your car, but because your car is good protection, but it's not because of the rubber tires. So let's read about why. And so let's go to, is it Davi? Hello, Davi Sosa? Okay, I'm sorry, Davi, we don't hear you. And so, Hani, are you there?
Oh yes, yes, I'm here.
Yes. Could you read this for us, please?
From the beginning, when
When lightning strikes,
lightning strikes an automobile, it's actually the car's metal exterior exterior frame that protects the passengers, acting as a conductor and passing the electrical current right along the ground. This is the reason that a convertible, no matter how rubber its tires are, can't protect you like a hardtop vehicle.
Okay, great. All right, and so automobile. This is the pronunciation for automobile.
Automobile.
Okay, and so could I get someone to explain the information here? Because this is important for protecting you when you are in a lightning storm.
So it's saying that the metal outside of the car, that's the conductor that transferred the electricity from the lightning to the ground. That way it doesn't shock you.
Okay, and it goes around you. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And so what's the problem with a convertible? Do people understand the difference between a convertible and a hardtop?
Its problem is that it doesn't have a top.
Yeah, okay, great.
So
A convertible, right.
yeah,
Yeah. Or it might be down. Okay, so a convertible is a car where you can take the roof of the car and bring it back. That's what a convertible is. And so if you're in a lightning storm, you really should have a hard top with the permanent roof on it. Okay, so the electricity hits the top of the roof and goes around you. You're in the middle, safe, and transfers it to the ground. All right, great. So there you go. The rubber tires do not help you. Okay. What about this one? Okay.
Sorry, Geoff.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
What means hardtop?
Hardtop is the opposite of a convertible. It's a car that has a permanent roof.
Okay.
Which, in other words, most cars are hardtops. Okay. And so let's read about this one here. Do people know what the kids are eating in English? Anyone?
Cotton candy?
Yeah, exactly. Cotton candy. All right, great. And so I'd like to say hello to Lisette. Are you there, Lisette? Now you need to turn on your microphone.
Oh,
There
I'm
you
here
are.
right now.
Good.
Yes.
Could you
Thank
please
you.
read this for us?
Sure. It says, the myth, sugars make children hyperactive. The reality, let them eat cake. Researchers have found let them eat cake. Research have found no substantial link between the consumption of sugar and hyperactivity. A meta-analysis published by the Journal of the American Medical Association found that over 16 qualified studies, researchers could identify no significant correlation between sugar intake and cognitive performance or behavior.
Okay,
Of
and
course,
sorry, I'll get you to stop
yeah.
there. Thank you. All right, great. And so, what's the myth? Did people believe this? This is something I really liked these articles because I think everybody in Canada believes a lot of these myths. And do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so, what do people think? Do you agree? Is this a myth in your country?
Yes, I think that's a myth that we have in my country because we think that if you give candies to the children, they are gonna be more hyperactive.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Great. Yeah.
yeah, reading this, I know that it's just a myth.
Well, all right. There are several studies, 16 studies that showed no connection. Correlation is sort of a scientific word. So there's no connection between sugar intake and cognitive performance or behavior. So, all right, what do people think? Do you agree?
Um, I I think I'm agreeing with the studies, but most of the people think that the sugar affect the behavior in children.
Yeah. Okay. And other people, do we have any comments from the other students? Yes, Pablo?
Me. I think sugar is bad. It causes a lot of problems. Not only obesity, but in English, make acid your body.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the pH?
Yes.
Yes,
Acidity? Mhm.
yes. Taking sugar, drinks with sugar makes the body, the blood
More
more
acidic.
acid, and that, yes, and that causes too many sickness,
Yeah, many
you know,
illnesses. Yeah,
illnesses,
acidic.
and
Yeah.
and and I and I'm not sure if this myth is true or not.
Right.
I always like to research by myself.
Good. Yeah.
I
All right,
read a
great.
lot of articles, and yes, I don't believe in one opinion.
Okay, no. Good, good,
Yes.
good. All right, and then maybe I'll just get somebody to finish reading this. Pablo, could you finish reading this article, please?
Yes. From
Of course, there are
yes,
plenty.
yes. Of course, there are plenty of well-established links between sugar intake and obesity, as well as other problems. So parents should still know when to take away the cotton candy.
Okay, great. And so sugar, too much sugar is obviously a problem, but it's not connected, apparently, with children being hyperactive. Okay, great. All right. So, wow, what's this? We're talking about the Big Bang. And so let's read this. Uh, I'll go with Wolfgang. Hello, could you read this, please? Wolfgang, are you there? Okay, so we
Yeah,
can't
I'm
hear.
here.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot to unmute myself. Uh, so the myth, the Big Bang Theory, explains how the universe was created or began to exist. The reality, the Big Bang Theory extrapolates from our observations about the present universe that the early universe underwent a massive, rapid expansion that has continued to this date. Some people have interpreted the data to postulate that time, space, matter, and energy had a beginning in the finite past, but the central value of the Big Bang Theory is the explanation of the early expansion of the universe, not how the universe came into being.
Okay. All right. And so, do people find this interesting, this concept? And I guess this is a map of the universe, that picture. But what do you think? Anybody with some comments?
I don't know if it's interest, but it's difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
Okay, the
yeah.
English
No,
or
the
yeah,
the
okay.
Big Bang Theory, yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, but what's the point of the paragraph here? What's the point of the article? Now, let me read the myth again. The myth is that the Big Bang Theory explains how the universe was created or began to exist. So, how did it start? How did the universe come into being? How did it start to exist? But that's the myth. The Big Bang Theory does not explain that. It's not about that at all. Anybody with a comment?
Yeah, I find that kind of interesting because in universe there is no concept of time, so there is no beginning. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was saying there too, right?
Well, okay. Now, I think they're trying to avoid talking about it. Now, they say that
Right.
some people have uh, have have interpreted, they've looked at the data of the expanding universe, and they say, well, then we can go back and see when both time, when space, when matter, all and energy all first was created or formed, or when they all started to exist. Okay, but the central point in the Big Bang Theory is just an explanation of the way that the universe is expanding. It's getting bigger. Things are moving apart. Any ideas?
I believe that the God created the universe.
Yes,
I
okay.
I
And
don't
then,
believe in this.
yeah, and so it's so the Big Bang Theory does not prove anything against religious beliefs. So a God can create the universe, and then the Big Bang could happen. Maybe that's how a God started the universe. Yeah. So.
Maybe,
Mhm.
maybe not.
Yeah, so the idea that the Big Bang Theory explains how the universe was created, that's not true. That's a myth. The Big Bang Theory has nothing to do with the creation of the universe. It only is trying to explain why the universe, and I'll just try and show what I understand with my hands. We see the universe as this, and when we measure the movement of the different stars and galaxies, everything is moving apart and expanding. And so the Big Bang Theory says, well, if everything's moving apart and expanding, then we can go back in time and see how it all came together and started in a huge explosion. But that doesn't tell you what happened before. So that's the question. Yeah.
I can I? Sorry.
Sure, of course. And I want all the students to make comments here. So go ahead, please.
I think in the first moment of the theory, it was like say in the article, but when you go uh, back to the root of this event, you came to this only point that will be the Big Bang. This is the
Yeah.
name of the theory. Big Bang is a big explosion.
Exactly.
And today the physical is studying how was the parameters in this moment of the universe.
Right. Right.
For example, the ring made in the particular accelerator in
All
Ginebra
right. Okay. Yes. Right. Good.
is trying to emulate this event.
Right.
So
Those subatomic particles.
yes. So
Okay.
today the Big Bang, like even of the beginning of the universe, or perhaps a event, a circular event, Big Bang and Big Crunch, that
Yeah.
will
Okay.
be the
All
reverse.
right.
The reverse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Great.
these theories.
Sorry, I can see, I can hear that you are interested in that, and you've been listening about it for sure, because they still need to figure out if there is going to be a big crunch, or whether the universe is just going to continue expanding. So, all right, great, excellent. We could
I
do a
think
class on that. Yeah, go ahead, Lisette.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think that's a very interesting topic, but it's also complex because it has like different kind of views. Because as you said, one view can be about religion, how the religion thinks that the universe was created, and the other point of view is about the science. But nobody knows exactly what happened. They have tried to explain or give some scientific explanation about that, but
Scientific explanation.
yes,
Scientific. Okay. Yeah,
scientific.
great. Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So then, hey, let's let's take a look at this. Do people believe this? So we're going to go to, sorry, and I'd like to say hello to Rubli. Are you there? España? It looks like he's left his desk there. Andres, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Could you read this for us, please?
Okay. The myth. The Earth is closer to the Sun in summer. The reality is just not. In fact, the exact opposite is true for people who live above the equator.
Yeah, sorry, equator.
Equator, okay.
And if you can try and turn up your volume a little bit or speak a little more loudly, please.
Sure. Do you hear me well?
That's better.
Okay. The Earth is closest to the Sun in January, which is a winter month in the northern hemisphere. Of course, for people in the southern hemisphere, January is the best time to hit the beach and enjoy a cool glass of lemonade in the afternoon. So what causes the season if not distance to the sun?
Okay, sorry, I'm going to get you to stop there. That sounds like a good question. All right. And so let's just review this information, please. And again, I'm not asking for anything difficult, just for you to repeat the information that's in the text here, using your own words if you can. Anyone? Yeah, go ahead, Andres.
The myth says that in the northern hemisphere, when there is a lot of maybe some cold, is because the Earth is farthest than the sun.
Well, okay, but sorry, it's the myth. Could you read the myth that's highlighted in green?
Okay. The Earth is closest to the sun in summer.
Okay, all right. And so what were you saying? That
I said the opposite, but because I said that for example, if the other side of the world is maybe somewhere in winter, probably they are farthest. They are far as far from the sun.
well, yeah, okay, all right. And some other comments from people, and again, I don't. There is some surprising information in this for me. So let's just try and understand what they're reading here, or what the text says. What is the reality? Now, Lisette, if you want to speak, you need to turn on your microphone. Are you speaking?
Yeah, I'm speaking now.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. I understood that the myth says that the Earth is closest to the sun during summer, and that's why we have like the Earth is hotter.
Good, yeah.
But the reality is that that's not true, because actually the Earth is closer to the sun in January, and we have winter.
Okay. All right, great. In the northern hemisphere, anyways. All right. So, but did anybody know this piece of information? I did not know this piece of information.
It's new to me too.
Yeah, okay. And I doubt if it's a big difference, but I think everybody realizes that the orbit around the Earth's orbit around the sun is not going to be perfect. And so it seems as though every January it's a little bit closer actually to the sun. Okay? And so in the southern hemisphere, like I live in South America, and so it's true, the myth is true for me because the Earth is a little bit closer to the sun in the summertime. But of course, that's not true for the people in the northern hemisphere. Are people okay with that, or some comments?
That's okay.
So I don't understand. So the myth is true or not?
Well, not really, but it is for me in South America.
It depends when you live.
Yeah, it depends where you live. So it seems, though, that there is information saying that the Earth is actually a little closer to the sun every January.
I understand. So where were you when the sun is closer to the Earth in summer?
Well, where am
Where?
I? I live in Chile, and so I'm in South America. I am in the southern hemisphere.
So in South America, in summer, the sun is closer to the Earth. The myth
Well,
is true in South America.
But it's no, sorry. Well, what's the best way to describe this? For everybody, it doesn't matter
Yes.
whether you live in South America or North America. The Earth is a little closer to the sun in every January, and I think the explanation is that the Earth orbits around the sun. It's not a perfect circle. There's a little bit of an ellipse shape, or a little bit of it's not perfectly in the center, and so they're saying that the Earth is a little bit closer in January for everybody. But that has nothing to do with summer and winter.
All right.
So there's no
But
connection between summer and winter and how close the Earth is to the sun.
I understand. But
Yeah.
in a millions of years, we are going to burn.
Well, okay, maybe, yeah. I think maybe
Oh.
billions, though. Billions of
Oh.
years. Yeah, okay.
I don't care. I'm gonna be there. So
All right, yeah, no.
not my problem.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. But then, what causes summer and winter? Who's the scientist out there who wants to explain this in English? Should we continue reading, or does someone want to try and explain?
I think it's because the axis of the hair.
Axis? Mm-hmm.
Of the hair, yeah.
Yeah. Right, that we explain it as being the tilt in the axis of the Earth.
Yeah.
All right, and so let's read this. And yeah, go ahead, Antonio. This is perfect. Go ahead.
It's the tail of the Earth axis. The head wobbles as it rotates. Thus, your summer months are the time when your part of the globe receives the most direct sunlight, and winter months are the time when the sun's rays reach you at an oblique angle.
Okay. All right. And so the summer and winter has nothing to do with the Earth being close to or far away from the sun. It has to do with, here's the sun, Well, here, here's the sun
Yeah,
and the earth.
we understand. Yes,
Yeah, okay, great.
we
It is
understand what
tilted.
you said.
All right, okay. This is like a YouTube video,
Yeah.
but yeah. Okay. Oh, he understands. All right. So did people understand this myth? Where are we? Hani, could you read this, please?
Yes, the
Myth.
myth. Albert Einstein flunked his math classes in school. The reality, Einstein, by all accounts, was always good at math. Other versions of this myth
Myth.
allege that Einstein was what that I lost the text.
Yeah, sorry. And again, just for future classes, the students can download the document so that they have it on their computer.
Okay.
Do you see it now?
Yes, and all around the poor student, there is no evidence for this. In fact, remaining records indicate that the young Albert did very well in his classes and received high marks. It's a wonderful excuse for underachieving kids to feed their parents. Even Einstein got the DS.
D.
What's that?
D's. This is a
DS.
failing mark.
DS. Unfortunately, you can take no refuge in the idea of a slacker Einstein, so study up.
Okay, great. So, did anybody hear this myth? I did.
Mm-mm.
Me too.
No.
No? Or you did
I
hear
never
it?
heard that before.
Oh, you had never heard that before? Okay. I heard that he didn't speak. He was a very strange child and didn't speak until he was 7 years old or something like that.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Okay. But it's false. It's a myth. He was a good student. He was smart all the time. All right. Wow. Okay. Chimpanzee. Let's read about this one. Lisa,
Yes,
could you read this for us, please?
sure. The myth. Humans evolved from chimpanzees. The reality. You are not looking at your distant grandfather. You are looking at your distant cousin. Humans and chimpanzees evolved from the same common ancestor. Human beings share at least 95% of their DNA with chimpanzees, and studies of comparative anatomy and comparative genetics can show us really how much our bodies have in common with those of our hairy relatives.
Okay.
The
And
reason
sorry, I'm
for
going to
the
get you to stop
similarity.
there. Sorry, I'm going to get you to stop there. And so,
Sorry.
what's the idea then? Can we review the information here? Do people
Yeah,
talk about this as being a myth?
yes, I think yes, this is a myth that um, people think that we are related with our ancestors are chimpanzees or
Yes.
descendants from
Okay.
chimpanzees.
Good. All
Yes.
right. And so, what is the truth? Anybody? Not just Lisette, but anybody?
We evolved from the same ancestors, but we're not directly related. They're like our cousins.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so and when did this common ancestor exist?
When did you say?
Yeah. It doesn't really say, but what are we talking about?
Hundreds of thousands of years, I think.
Yeah,
The
okay.
human begins?
Well, when did this, you see, we can think of this common ancestor. I'm thinking maybe it was hundreds of millions of years ago. Now, I could be wrong, but I think we're talking about a very, very long time ago. There existed a type of animal that is our common ancestor. And so if I can do my scientific teaching again, many millions of years ago, let's say, a very, very long time ago, there existed a creature, and then we went two different ways. And so the chimpanzees ended up here, and we ended up here. But that common ancestor way back when explains why we have so much in common with chimpanzees.
That's what the science said. Yes.
That's what science says. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
In some religions, they are created as they are.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, and any other comments? Yeah, Pablo?
Yes, that is a hypothesis, but we can't be sure about this.
Okay.
We don't know. Maybe came some UFO.
Okay.
You don't know, mix.
UFO? UFO?
What? A UFO maybe come here and mix their genes with chimpanzees,
Okay.
and there we are.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? Nothing is impossible.
Sure. Okay.
I think they say that our ancestors are chimpanzees because they found that we share like a very big percent of DNA.
Right. Or now, but is that the myth or what the scientists say?
What the scientists say.
Oh, okay. But we have a common ancestor, though. Way back, we come from the same species. But we're not, we didn't come from the chimpanzees, but yeah, we came from somewhere in the past. All right, so I hope that people enjoyed that, and I'll be having another class about these scientific myths because there's some extra information left to cover. And so keep an eye open for my classes, and if you enjoyed it, come on back. And so great job, everybody. Great job with your reading, with your pronunciation, and there were lots and lots of comments. So great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geoff.
Thank you.